Welcome or welcome back, whichever happens to apply to you. I survived Snowmageddon, but it's still a bit cold out, hence the hat hair. So as per usual, we've got the scoreboard up there. We've got some videos from last time over there. And I'm still up to the usual thing on the rings. I'm going for 3 days per week and 5 attempts per day that I show up. I took another day off, and I'm back at it on November 14th for attempt number 12. Last time, as you can see, we got 284 seconds in the air and 2 touchdowns. So let me talk about some focuses for the day, and we'll get to it. I'm pleased with how things have been going, so I'm going to stick with some of the usual focuses on trying to work on more controlled descents, trying to get more range on my shoulder press motion. I'm also trying to spend more time upside down to get more comfortable with it. So let me shrink myself down, and we'll see how it went. Okay, attempt number 1. Let's see what we can do. And we have liftoff. Smooth transition up. A little bit too much reactionary force that kind of pushed me back down there. Much more controlled up there. And trying to come down very slowly. Again, trying to get used to being upside down at all sorts of angle of my elbow. L-sit's looking a little sloppy now. Up again. Some shoulder press motion. Touch down there. Touch there. Still kind of sloppy looking on the L-sit. Try to do some baby iron crosses, I suppose. Okay, and that's it for that one. And if we go to the scoreboard, we have 64.2 seconds in the air and 2 touchdowns. So on to the next one. Okay, second attempt. Watch me go. And a lot of swinging just on the takeoff. It's usually not a real great sign. Added more to it as we hit the bar. I think we're trying to go up there. We touched down there, obviously. That was a pretty gentle up. And you see my hand shaking until I tuck them up against my shoulder. Controlled enough descent we didn't touch. I don't even know if we can really call it an L-sit at this point. And right there, I'm deliberately making them swing against each other just to kind of see how it feels. So if we go to the scoreboard, that's 66.6 seconds in the air and 1 touchdown. All right, on to attempt number 3. Shameful L-sit. Shameful. I don't think I touched there. Couldn't see any evidence of the mat moving. Didn't quite get the extension at the right time. There we go. A little bit of shoulder press motion. Didn't touch. Come on, you can do it. Or maybe not. Okay, so if we go to the scoreboard, that's 49.5 seconds in the air and 0 touchdowns. All right, 4th attempt. Let's do it. That's a pretty nice gentle up. Trying to position myself up a little bit higher. Again, we go. Rings tucked up against my shoulder. Gonna kind of pull them away when you see my hand start shaking. And we touch there. And at least at this point, the longer I stay up, the less likely it is for me to have a good controlled descent. I think you're basically burning a bunch of energy trying just to balance up there. And those were close, but I don't think any of those touched. Okay, and that's it for that one. So if we go to the scoreboard, that's 56.1 seconds in the air and 1 touchdown. So on to the last one. Okay, 5th and final attempt of the day. Let's see what we can do. Starting with a sad-looking L sit. That was a pretty nice gentle up. And the rings aren't tucked up against my shoulders. Still aren't. And now they are. So I do get that I could really game the clock and rack up some time if I was to just exclusively hold the rings up against my shoulders, but I do try to do kind of a 50-50 split. Trying to muster up another one. And honestly, I thought I was pretty vertical there. Obviously, you can see I'm probably about 10 to 15 degrees off of vertical. So that's it for that one. And if we go to the scoreboard, that's 52.5 seconds in the air and 0 touchdowns. So for the day, we have a grand total of 288.9 seconds and 4 touchdowns. Okay, so some takeaways, and I'm going to wander off. We got a little bit more time than last time. We're creeping even closer to 5 minutes per day. We're over 35 minutes of total time in the air. We did get more touchdowns, but I will say I think each day I'm pushing myself further and harder than I did the day before. And it still needs more work. And I don't know if this really matters, but this is the day that I showed my dad this, and he said he couldn't hardly believe it. To which I replied to him, "Believe it, old man." And he does. And I do understand, and he understands, that this is not Olympic-level gymnastics and likely will never be. But for someone that's doing it recreationally, just all out of my head, I'm quite pleased with the progress that I've made in slightly under a month. So that's it for the day. Feel free to check back in or not. Up to you.